What's up, guys? Today we're gonna do a quick oil change. I need to do it, so let's get to it. I can only comment specifically on this bike, but this is gonna be a generalized video because not many of these sports bikes are really different. But you do have to take off the left fairing on a GSXR. The filter is mostly close to this side, and that's the best access point you're going to have, not to mention the drain plug. The sump is curved this way with the drain plug in it like that, so all the oil will come out this way. So take off your left fairing. $17mm. It was on there kind of tight, a little too tight for my test. You got to be very, very careful when tightening these on these aluminum sumps. You can really fuck up your day really fucking quick. Obviously, be prepared for a gush of oil. Have a towel handy. Put that shit in there. Another recommendation to make it a lot easier for you, make sure all the oil comes out. Take off the oil cap. Now I'm going to give it a few minutes to completely drain, and we will resume. Alright, once you've been satisfied with how much oil has drained out, replace the drain plug. Also, you need to replace the crush washer on the drain plug itself. If you see that little washer sitting there, you need to replace that. Don't be a fucking cheap ass. And don't do it. For $3 to $4, you can get a full freaking box of them. So there's no excuses. Also take note, there is a magnet inside the drain plug. Clean that shit out. Snug it up. Remove the drain pan. Wipe off any excess oil. Any grease while you're at it. And tighten. You really want to keep this within torque specs. You do not want to over tighten this. The bolt can take it, the threads on the sump cannot. Tight enough. Now let's move on to the oil filter. Alrighty, just get like a piece of Tupperware or something. That's what I usually use for oil changes anyways, but I was lucky enough to get that big ass pan on it. Put underneath because this will spill. Best oil filter tool you can really invest in, honestly, is one of these. These are the most fantastic things. I've used this on every single car I've owned, my truck, and this. It will pinch with these freaking teeth and it will bite into that filter. It will not let go, it will not slip. Do not use this to install it. You're going to be installed by hand anyways. See that bite in there? It ain't slipping. Okay, that should be loose enough. Spin, get your little drip bucket ready. There it goes. Gurble, gurble, gurble. And let it pour out. Alright, get your new oil filter ready. In this case, a K&N. K&Ns do have a nut welded onto the back of it. You can choose to use this if you want. I don't like using it that much because using tools to tighten down an oil filter can be misleading and can be dangerous. Usually you want to use clean oil to do this, but my oil's clean enough. Just take a little bit of oil, put it on the ring. you're doing with this, why you see people do this all the time, is because it's keeping the seal moist so it doesn't dry out, crack, and start leaking. Alright, clean off the surface, install your new oil filter. You want it on tight, but you don't need retard strength. That's plenty tight. I do as tight as I can, usually on anything I've owned by hand, not by using a tool. This is no joke on a fucking motorcycle. Make sure this is tight. Don't go stupid with a tool, tight. Keep in mind, your freaking oil filter is right in front of your rear wheel. If this thing gives out, you're down. Alright, everything's buttoned back up. Got the filter on. Let's put some oil in this bitch. Alright. Funnel. Use a funnel. Oil we'll be using, and almost every sport bike and almost every 4-stroke dirt bike will use 1040. I am using Motul 7100 full synthetic. This is my personal preference. It is a fantastic oil. This is what we're going to use. These freaking caps are hilarious. Look at that. Freaking Europeans. This is hilarious. Check this out. Isn't that cool? It's like a race gas bucket. Total capacity for any GSX R600, almost every GSX R600, 2.85 quarts or 2.5 liters. I will be doing the full 3 liters or 3.17 quarts, I think it was. I overfill. Instead of 2.85 quarts, I'll be putting the full 3.2. Why do I overfill? Many reasons. Primarily, when hitting a corner or accelerating hard, oil is moving through the sump. Or in my case, if you're practicing wheelies, wheeling a GSX-R, I can only speak for GSX-R, but most bikes are the same, where the oil pickup is located in the pan, it can slosh away and run the engine dry for a moment. Well, that moment is enough to blow your shit. So I overfill, just in case. A half quart over is not that big of a deal. So don't think it is. For those who want to argue that it is, you don't know what you're talking about. Just keep your mouth shut. Okay. Place your oil cap. And you are pretty much done. Make sure the oil cap is nice and snug. And you're good. Start your bike. Let it warm up a bit. Check for leakage at the filter before you put your fairings back on. Check for leakage at the drain plug. If they're either leaking, just tighten it up. Don't go stupid on the drain plug, you'll strip it. And don't go retarded on the oil filter because you can snap the threads on which it turns. And don't forget, please recycle your oil responsibly. Any auto parts store is actually obligated by the respective states to take it because they sell it. Don't go throw it in the trash and be a douchebag. Congratulations, you just changed the oil on your own motorcycle.
Jump!